Welcome to Cozy Noah Vibes, where we listen, relax, and drift off to sleep. My name is Noah, and I'm your host, and I'm so grateful for your company tonight. Today, we're going to venture into the warm, inviting waters of the Mediterranean coast of Turkey to explore the breathtaking beauty of Kekova Island and its surroundings. Before we begin, I'd like to point out a new feature in our program. Those of you who enjoy reading the program notes might have noticed that we now mention different content themes in each story. This is because we know our stories are diverse, and that's something we take pride in. We understand that not every story suits everyone's taste. For example, some friends enjoy our food-filled journeys or swimming in the sea, while others might avoid these themes. With this in mind, we will include mentions of potentially sensitive topics in all program notes, hoping this helps you find the stories that best suit you and make it easier for you to fall asleep. So, let's prepare for tonight's story. First, take a deep breath. Inhale, hold it for a moment, and then gently exhale, feeling your body sink deeper into the bed. Give yourself full permission to let go of any distractions from the day. This is a moment of peace and rest, a safe harbor for your body and mind. If you haven't done so already, gently close your eyes. As you adjust to the dark canvas behind your eyelids, you might see some colors or spots of light in your mind. Follow them and let these visuals expand and evolve in your imagination. Start picturing a tranquil blue sea, shimmering under the warm golden sunlight. We're about to drift towards the beaches of Turkey's Mediterranean coast, where the calm, clear blue waters gently lap against smooth, light-colored pebbles. The story begins. You stand on a simple pier, feeling the warmth of the sun caressing your skin, letting this warmth wrap around you. You're filled with a sense of peace and happiness. You take a deep breath of the fragrant salty air, noting the rocky landscape around you. All around are creamy-colored rocks and boulders, covered with olive trees, lemon trees, and Mediterranean shrubs. The sea laps at the shore behind you as you stand on this pier. Before you lies a bright, turquoise expanse of water and a magnificent olive green highland. This is Kekova. Next to you, you notice a boat with textured wooden panels and an upper deck, perfect for observing any passing sights. The clear, bright blue water ripples around the boat, sparkling in the warm sunlight. The water is so clear you can see the pale rock several meters below. You take another deep, happy breath, looking at the water. Then, you notice a school of small fish darting under the surface, their silver bodies glinting in the sunlight. They invite you to watch them quietly. When you're ready, you walk towards the boat, your steps naturally moving from the pier to the boat's ladder without much thought. You gently step onto the ladder and climb to the lower deck. The gentle rocking of the boat is so relaxing and comforting. Then, You find a comfortable seat on the lower deck with a perfect view. This seat fully supports your body, bringing a sense of satisfaction and happiness. The sun remains warm, and now there's a gentle breeze brushing your skin. In this moment, you're grateful for the pleasant weather of the entire day. As you prepare to explore the sea ahead, the boat's engine hums. It feels like magic as you begin to gracefully move toward the island. As the boat moves forward, you realize that any worries or concerns are dissipating, as if you left them on the pier, disappearing into the air. You only need to relax in the present, knowing there's nothing you need to do but let yourself be carried to Kekova Island. As the island comes closer, you can see the silvery green olive trees stretching along the island's surface. Between them are patches of pink boulders tumbling into the sea. The closer you get, the more patterns and structures you notice on the island. You start to wonder what these patterns are, and soon you realize that from the water's edge to the olive trees, ancient stone steps are carved into the rock. You trace these steps with your eyes, seeing them lead to weathered platforms and curious low walls, the remnants of an ancient city. As the boat nears the island, you see more and more of the city's ruins, becoming clearer among the olive trees. The edges and curves of these structures slowly come into focus. Then, your eyes turn to the sparkling water's edge, just a few meters below the surface, where more ruins of ancient buildings lie. These foundations, built with sturdy stones, were crafted long ago by skilled artisans. As the boat slowly stops, you feel a marvelous sensation enveloping you, seeing the beautiful traces of human life from the past. In your imagination, it's as if you're seeing a shadow of the ancient city, and you close your eyes, fully immersing yourself. You invite Kekova Island to show you its past. The sound of an ancient anchor dropping echoes, and you almost see Kekova in its prime. The whispers of fishermen seem to drift in the wind, and you can see their catch, silver fish glinting in the sunlight. Men unload them from simple wooden boats, and you imagine the women in the city happily bargaining, exchanging stories, and laughing. Then, the soft sound of sandals on stone steps, back and forth, seems to cross the ages. You hear the hum of men exchanging news and ideas and the cheerful sounds of children greeting friends. You see a child playing with a dog on the pier, the dog wagging its tail happily, barking with joy. On the hillside among the olive groves, a boy herds white goats towards the town. You hear the lazy bleating of the goats through the shrubs. Completely immersed in this everyday life from thousands of years ago, you feel the simple joys of being close to nature and familiar with the community. You feel the pure happiness of a day's hard work at sea, in the port, or among the olive groves, dining outdoors on a warm night, or waking up to the sight of the azure sea and the scent of lemon trees. You are enveloped in this serene contentment. The magic of Kekova Island has opened your heart, seeming to calm your entire being. You realize the boat's gentle movement seems to be calling you back. As if by magic, you let the ancient Kekova the island fade in your heart, allowing the images of the people and their dreamy lives to slowly dissolve. But you also notice the happiness remaining in your bones. You slowly return to the present island, still beautiful but surrounded by its sunken ruins. The boat soon turns in another direction, heading towards the base of a small peninsula. As you see this sight, you realize the ruins on the hillside are of an ancient castle, built with pale and rusted sandstone. You notice a path winding from the dock through a small village, leading up to this castle. You follow it with your eyes, and as your boat slows down, you arrive, taking your time to disembark from the boat. You walk onto the dock, curiosity swelling within you. You follow the wooden dock toward the village in the winding path, the air filled with a scent of rosemary and thyme. You notice these herbs growing abundantly, breathing in their earthy fragrance in the air. Your feet instinctively find the path, the light gravel crunching softly beneath them. The path leads you through a series of wooden restaurants, closed but ready for tomorrow's patrons. You observe the tables and chairs, all handcrafted with care. After passing them, the path takes you over a small hill, descending into a courtyard surrounded by lemon trees. The branches bend under the weight of bright yellow lemons. You take a deep breath of the fresh lemon scent. The path continues through the courtyard and begins to climb the village hillside. You pass houses painted white and pale yellow, cleverly built into the slope. Clothal signs are strung with clean sheets, gently swaying in the breeze. You notice that every house is well cared for by its owners. You continue uphill through the village, admiring the gnarled olive trees along the way. Then, the path begins to widen, and you leave the village with the scent of herbs returning once more. The path curves to the left, and you follow its arc, your curiosity growing. The path leads you around a cluster of olive trees, and soon you find yourself at the foot of the ruined castle. You marvel at it, gazing at the structure, and you find stone steps ready for you to explore. You walk toward them, climbing up the steps, noticing tiny white and pink flowers growing between each stone. You continue climbing the stairs, wending upward to the top of the castle. You notice more and more delicate flowers thriving in the rock crevices of the castle walls. Feeling content with this picturesque environment, now at the final step, you marvel at the castle, its ancient walls standing solemnly before you. You can see where windows and doors once were. Standing here, you can feel the warm sun on your back. You turn to face it, realizing the most beautiful view is below. From the castle's top, you can see the vast Mediterranean, Kekova the island before you, surrounded by the same turquoise waters. To the right, the Turkish mainland stretches like a green arm, dotted with rocks and trees. The warm, gentle breeze here purifies your soul, and you are enveloped in a deep sense of happiness and tranquility. Then, and potorslis to sleep, a quiet sense of motion swells within you, and you naturally turn back to the castle, finding yourself exploring a particular corner that might have once been a bedroom. The walls are worn but largely intact. On one side is a rough rectangular hole where you imagine a wooden door once stood long ago. You almost see it, rough and dark, but beyond the doorway is the same view of the sea and the green of Kekova, and seeing it from this perspective, it's like a portal to another world. This is a perfect moment of tranquility you hadn't found before. You invite this peace to wash over you entirely, and as it happens, you become aware of the fatigue in your body, the kind of tiredness that comes after a long journey. The rectangular hole in the ancient doorway invites you to step through, and you feel something magical about to happen. The beautiful scene seems to shimmer in anticipation, and you know that whatever happens will be inspiring and wonderful. So you gently lift your left foot and begin to step through the doorway. As you pass through the stone, your body starts to tingle, as if all the weight is being lifted away, and you become light and soft, like a feather. As you almost pass through the doorway, the breeze shifts and carries you towards the sea. You are now light and soft, and this breeze gently lifts you like a feather ready to be carried away by the wind. You feel that all you need to do is relax, and you will be gently carried by this warm breeze. You feel yourself being gently lifted off your feet, floating in the air. You know that in this magical place, you are completely safe. Then, the breeze starts to carry you away from the castle, gently floating down the slope, surrounded by a feeling of ease. The more you trust this breeze, the better it feels. The breeze gently carries you, floating through the village. You watch the houses and clothing signs slide below you, the lemon-scented courtyard finding your nose once more, and you take a deep breath of the fresh lemon scent again. Then, the breeze carries you through the wooden restaurants, gently holding you, floating back to the pier, where you see the fish glittering in the water below. It carefully brings you back to the boat. You land on the upper deck as lightly as a butterfly, happy to see a beautiful white bed prepared for you, with white cotton drapes shading the light. You walk towards it, touching the clean bed linens, and you lie down on an extremely comfortable mattress, the pillow the best you've ever used, and the sheets fresh and crisp. It's easy to feel comfortable here, in the wonder of Kekova Island and the perfect tranquility surrounding it. You sigh softly, thanking the gentle breeze, and enjoy the beauty the island and castle have shown you. You pull up the sheets, covering yourself, letting yourself relax. As your breath slows and your eyelids close, you thank yourself for taking this journey. Finally, you feel yourself drifting into a deep, most peaceful sleep, fully knowing that when you wake up, the tranquility of the Turkish Mediterranean coast will remain with you.